I never thought silence could hurt more than words. But that day, lying in a hospital bed while my own family talked about me like I wasn't there, I learned how cruel quiet can be. I'm 69 years old. My name is Eleanor Brooks, and this is the story of how my daughter-in-law tried to erase me in a building that existed because of me. If you're watching this, stay with me until the end and tell me what city you're listening from. I want to know how far my voice finally traveled. I was admitted to Harborview Medical Center for what the doctor called a routine observation. Chest tightness, fatigue, nothing dramatic. My son Michael insisted I stay overnight, just to be safe. His wife, Lauren, agreed, but only after checking her phone and sighing loudly. "We have meetings tomorrow. I can't sit around a hospital all day." I told them I'd be fine alone. I meant it, but they stayed anyway. Not for me, for appearances. Lauren stood near the window, scrolling through emails, heels clicking impatiently against the floor. Michael leaned against the wall, arms crossed, eyes distant. A nurse came in to check my vitals. She smiled kindly. "How are you feeling today, Mrs. Brooks?" Before I could answer, Lauren spoke. "She gets confused," she said sharply. "Just do what you need to do and don't engage too much." The nurse hesitated. "I'm sorry?" Lauren lowered her voice, but not enough. "She's old, emotional, likes attention. If she starts talking too much, it agitates her." Michael nodded. "Yeah, just keep things simple." I stared at the ceiling. Not one of them looked at me. The nurse glanced at my chart, then back at me. Her eyes softened. "I'll be right back," she said quietly. Lauren rolled her eyes. "See, this is why hospitals are inefficient. Too much coddling." Then she said the words I will never forget. "Honestly, once this is over, we need to talk about long-term care. I can't keep rearranging my life for someone who doesn't contribute anymore." Michael sighed. "Let's just get through this first." Someone who doesn't contribute anymore. I paid for Michael's college, his first apartment, the down payment on the house Lauren decorated and proudly showed off online. But in that room, I was just in the way. What they didn't know was that Harborview Medical Center wasn't just a hospital to me. It was my legacy. 40 years earlier, after my husband died in a construction accident, I founded a healthcare investment trust focused on underfunded urban hospitals. Harborview was the first one we saved from closure. I never put my name on plaques, never told my family. I wanted love, not gratitude. A few minutes later, the nurse returned. This time, she wasn't alone. Behind her walked the hospital administrator, then the head of nursing, then the chief financial officer. Lauren turned, confused. "What's going on?" The administrator looked at me first. "Mrs. Brooks," he said gently, "we apologize for the delay. We wanted to personally check on you." Lauren laughed nervously. "This seems unnecessary." The administrator turned to her. "Actually, it's very necessary." He placed a hand over his badge. "This hospital exists because of her." Silence. Michael frowned. "What do you mean?" The CFO spoke next. "Mrs. Eleanor Brooks is the founding chair of the Harborview Preservation Trust. Without her funding, this building would have shut down in 1991. Lauren's face drained of color. "That's not possible." I finally turned my head. "I didn't tell you," I said calmly. "You never asked." Lauren stammered. "She's confused. This must be some mistake." The administrator shook his head. "Her signature is on every expansion plan, every audit approval, including the one approved last quarter." Michael's knees buckled slightly as he sat down. "Mom, is this true?" "Yes," I said. And then I added, "And I heard everything." I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I simply spoke. "You talked about me like I was already gone, like a problem to be managed." Lauren opened her mouth. The head nurse raised her hand. Mrs. Brooks is to be treated with the highest respect, and that includes who is allowed to speak on her behalf. Lauren whispered, "Michael." He didn't look at her. I was discharged the next morning, but before I left, I made a decision. I restructured my trust. Michael was removed as executor. All financial assistance stopped. And Lauren, she was never allowed to make decisions for me again. I didn't cut my son off emotionally. I gave him space to grow, to choose who he wanted to be without my safety net. Some lessons only land when comfort disappears. Today, I'm healthier, stronger, and no longer silent. If you've ever been dismissed because of your age, if your kindness was mistaken for weakness, if your own family forgot your worth, remember this: you don't need to raise your voice to reclaim your power. Sometimes all you need is the truth and the courage to let it be heard. God bless.